Have you ever tried speaking Spanish in the past tense and felt completely lost? The simple past is one of the trickiest topics in Spanish. But today I'll teach you the most common verbs you should learn in the simple past and how to use them like a native. Stay until the end for a challenge to test your skills and what you have learned in this video. Before we start, remember that in Spanish we have two main tenses: indefinido for specific moments in the past, and imperfecto for ongoing or repeated actions in the past. Today, I won't divide them into categories like regular or irregular or reflexive or gustar verbs. Instead, I'll focus on the verbs you will actually use. My advice: focus on learning the conjugations for I and you, since those are the ones you will use the most. And don't just memorize them. Practice them, ask questions. Let's get started. The first verb we're going to practice in the simple past is fui a, fuiste a. I went to or you went somewhere. We use it with places like el cine, the movies, the gym, el gimnasio, el parque, the park, etc. And we also use it with actions like bailar, nadar, comprar, dancing, swimming, buying. The common question to practice the simple past of ir is ¿a dónde fuiste? Where did you go? And you can use it with time expressions. ¿A dónde fuiste ayer? Where did you go yesterday? ¿A dónde fuiste el fin de semana? Where did you go on the weekend? Another very important verb is the verb decir. In the simple past we say dije, dijiste. Decir is a key verb. Learn it with indirect object pronouns. Me, te, le, nos, les. And learn a couple of patterns. Te dije, I told you. Me dijiste, you told me. Le dije, I told him or her. Me dijo, he or she told me. Those four conjugations can get you really far. The next verb, estaba, estabas. I was, you were. We use this verb for location, like I was home, estaba en casa. We use it for emotions, like I was angry, estaba enojado. We use it for physical states, like I was tired, estaba cansado. And we use it for actions in progress in the simple past. Estaba trabajando, I was working. Let's practice one more. Comí, comiste. I ate, you ate. This is essential for talking about food, so learn some food vocabulary as well. Comí pizza, comí lasaña, comí pescado. And the question would be, ¿qué comiste? Remember to practice all these verbs asking questions. And together with comí, you can use bebí, bebiste. I drank, you drank. You can also practice some useful vocabulary about drinks. Bebí jugo, bebí agua, bebí tequila. Another useful verb is the verb vivir. Viví, viviste. I lived, you lived. We use it to talk about where and for how long you lived. Viví en Estados Unidos. I lived in the US. Viví en Guam por 4 años. I lived in Guam for 4 years. Trabajar. Trabajé, trabajaste. You can mention workplaces and duration. Trabajé para diferentes escuelas de español y de inglés. I worked for different English and Spanish schools. Estudié, estudiaste. I studied, you studied. You can name institutions, subjects, and study periods. Estudié filosofía. I studied philosophy. Estudié por 5 años. I studied for 5 years. An activity that most of us do every day. Vi, viste. I watched, you watched. It is used with movies and TV shows. Vi una película el fin de semana. I watched a movie on the weekend. Tener, to have. Tuve, tuviste. We use it for specific past events. Tuve un accidente. I had an accident. Tuve un problema. I had a problem. The second form of the verb tener in the simple past would be very useful as well. Tenía, tenías. To describe. For example, to describe your age. Yo tenía 20 años. I was 20 years old. Yo tenía un perro. I had a dog. This is for descriptions in general, not specific moments in the past. The next one is a very useful verb to express past desires. Quería, no quería, querías, I wanted, you wanted, or I didn't want. Quería ir al parque. I wanted to go to the park. No quería comer pizza. I didn't want to eat pizza. The next one is a verb that many people get confused with all the time. Conocí, conociste. It means met for the first time. Conocí a mi esposa hace 13 años. I met my wife 13 years ago. So it's the first time. Empecé, comencé, empezaste, comenzaste. To start, I started or you started. Both mean started, and you can use either of them. Comencé mi canal de YouTube hace 4 meses. I started my YouTube channel 4 months ago. Terminé, terminaste. I finished, you finished. A common question you can practice is ¿a qué hora terminaste? What time did you finish? Me encontré con, te encontraste con. It means met someone you already knew, like friends, amigos, the boss, el jefe, etc. Me encontré con mis amigos. I met with my friends or I met my friends. Me levanté, te levantaste. I got up. Often used with time. Me levanté a las 5 de la mañana. I got up at 5 a.m. ¿A qué hora te levantaste? What time did you get up? Me desperté, te despertaste. I woke up. Again, this one is paired with time. Me desperté a las 7 de la mañana. I woke up at 7 a.m. Desayuné, desayunaste. I ate breakfast or I had breakfast. Remember that in Spanish, we only need one word to express that we ate or we had breakfast. Desayuné. Desayunaste, you had breakfast. And we use it to talk about meals, time, and food. Desayuné temprano. I ate breakfast early. Desayuné a las 8. I had breakfast at 8. After breakfast, at noon, we eat lunch. So, almorcé, almorzaste. I had lunch, or I ate lunch. You had lunch, or you ate lunch. No need to say tuve, tener, or comer. We just need to use the verb almorzar. Almorcé con mi familia. I had lunch with my family. And at night, after work or after school, we use cené, cenaste. I ate dinner, I had dinner. You ate dinner, you had dinner. Cené con unos amigos. I had dinner with some friends. Hice, hiciste. I did or I made. You did or you made. This word is essential for the question, ¿qué hiciste? What did you do? You don't need to answer all the time with the verb hacer because you can do different activities, but there are many phrases with the verb hacer, like hice tarea, I did homework. O hice ejercicio, I exercised or I worked out. Manejé o conduje, manejaste, condujiste. I drove, you drove. Manejé al trabajo. I drove to work. Condujiste muy rápido. You drove very fast. Hablé con. Hablaste con. I talked to. Hablé de o hablaste de. I talked about. There are 2 different prepositions that you can use. Hablé con mi papá. I talked to my dad. Hablé de negocios. I talked about business. Llamé a. Llamaste a. I called somebody. Llamé a mi esposa. I called my wife. Creí que. Creíste que. I thought. This one expresses opinions. Creí que estabas enferma. I thought you were sick. Puse. I put. Pusiste. You put. Where did you put your shoes? Sabía. I knew. It refers to knowledge or to abilities. Sabías, you knew. No sabía nadar, I didn't know how to swim. ¿Sabías la respuesta? Did you know the answer? Me gustó, me encantó. Te gustó, te encantó. Remember that we use the verb like or encantar for people, places, activities, and things. Me gustó el concierto. Me encantó la película. I loved the movie. Me gustó la comida. I liked the food. And a verb that many people get confused with or don't understand is me cayó bien. Me cayó bien means I liked somebody's personality. You don't say me gustó because that would imply physical attraction or romantic attraction. Me cayó bien tu esposa. I liked your wife's personality. Me acosté. I went to bed. Te acostaste. You went to bed. We use this expression with time. ¿A qué hora te acostaste? What time did you go to bed? Me sentí. Te sentiste. I felt. Me sentí bien. I felt good. Me sentí mejor. I felt better. Me quedé. Te quedaste. I stayed. They are used with the prepositions in, en, or with, con. Me quedé en un Airbnb. I stayed in an Airbnb. Me quedé con mi familia. I stayed with my family. Dormí. Dormiste. I slept. Used with time and duration. Dormí 8 horas. I slept 8 hours. Salí. Saliste. I went out. Salí el viernes en la noche. I went out Friday night. Salí con mis amigos. I went out with my friends. Quick reminder, this list of verbs is imperfect. There are more verbs you will need, but this is a solid start. Now it's your turn. I'll say an English sentence, pause the video, and try to say it in Spanish before I reveal the answer. Are you ready? The first one. I went to the movies. Fui al cine. 2. I talked to my friend. Hablé con mi amigo. 3. I ate pizza. Comí pizza. 4. I studied Spanish. Estudié español. 5. I met a new person. Conocí a una nueva persona. Comment below how many you got right. I've left a free PDF for you to download so you can practice later. Let me know what you thought of this video. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it a waste of time? Your feedback helps me to improve. Take care and see you in the next video.